All right. So, welcome everyone to today's session where we will be talking about reviving our workout, turning motivation loss into strength, and also introduce the Move Well challenge to you. This challenge was introduced by our speaker on Tuesday's webinar session, Kobus Verster, the biokineticist that actually designed this challenge for us, and we will be launching it today. So just to give you a brief overview of what we will be doing today, we will do a summary of the benefits, envision our best life, speak the future, look at smarter goals, our health and wellness vision. I will launch the Tempo Move Well challenge and competition and discuss some common barriers. So before we get started, let me just introduce myself. My name is Wilmarie Hubert. I'm a business wellness coordinator for Bestmed, and I am here to take us through today's session. I want to give our Bestmed members just a brief overview of our benefits. And this is just to remind you that you have access to your Tempo Wellness benefits regardless of your benefit of your membership option. So whether you're on Beat One or Pace, doesn't matter. We all have access to the Tempo Wellness Lifestyle Screening, which is where you start. You can do the Tempo Lifestyle Screening at a Dis-Chem, a Clicks, a Van Heerden Pharmacy, a Sportpark Pharmacy, Alpha Farm, Arenal Pharmacy Group, or the local choice. You can also visit a selected Tempo partnered biokineticist. And once you have completed your Tempo Lifestyle Screening, it will generate a health report, which will then tell you if there is an area of your life that you need to focus on, whether it's cholesterol, your glucose, or maybe just your BMI. Then you actually activate your Tempo benefits. These are your nutritional benefits, where you get 2 consultations with a Tempo partner dietitian. They help you with assessing your diet and then also help you with a eating plan that is tailored according to your needs. You also have access to podcasts, how-to videos, and articles. The physical well-being benefits that you activate is you also have access to 2 consultations with a Tempo partnered biokineticist. They help you again with a fitness evaluation and a tailored exercise plan according to your needs. And this is very important. The Tempo Lifestyle also provides you with podcasts, how-to videos, and articles on fitness-related topics. We also offer emotional wellness support in the form of podcasts, how-to videos, and articles. These can all be viewed online on the Bestmed Wellness, let's say on the Bestmed website. So if you go onto www.bestmed.co.za, you click on menu and you go to what is Tempo. You will get all this information completely free at your disposal. And new content is made available every single month. All right, so reviving our workout, turning motivation loss into strength. So I want you to close your eyes and just envision this with me. And I'm going to read it to you, but just take a moment to envision it. So imagine this. You've just woken up, you're full of energy, your mind is clear, you get up, you have a healthy breakfast, and throughout the day, your energy is good. Your mood is stable, you're mentally sharp, and you feel on top of life. You haven't had any energy dips or become irritable or experience a single craving. But that's just the inside story. You also look good. Your weight is more or less where you want it to be. You're well toned, your skin has a healthy glow, and people often comment on how well you're looking. You feel young, both physically and mentally, and this is how you feel every single day. So I want to firstly introduce a poll where I want your feedback. So Nao, if you can maybe launch the poll for me, and this will just enable you the 2 questions. First of all, I want to know, the way I just described, is this the way you're currently feeling? Do you get up every single day and you're full of energy, your mind is clear, you don't have a single craving, and you just feel great and you look great? Or yes or no, And then the second question, tell me if this is how you want to feel. And this is maybe why you joined today's session. So, Nao, please launch the poll so we can get our members' feedback.
Is it launched? Is it?
Yes, it is. So on the screen, you just tell me, do you feel this way? Are you full of energy all day? You don't have any cravings? You're on top of life? Do you feel this way? Yes or no? Or do you want to feel this way? Yes or no? I'll give you 2 minutes to just vote. If you have a question, you can also use the chat box just to talk to me because I really love feedback. I'm going to be making it quite interactive today. Or if you want to raise your hand, you're also welcome to raise your hand and then I will allow you to unmute and then you can talk to me. But just please, at the moment, just complete the poll. Tell me, is this what you envision of your life? So again, do you feel this way? Are you energetic and no cravings? Or do you want to feel this way? Yes or no? Nayo, is there any feedback yet?
So nothing in the chat or the Q&A, just a lot of interaction in the poll. No hands
Is
raised
there?
either.
Fantastic. All right. So maybe we can end the poll and then you can just share the results with me. How many of our participants actually feel this way? And how
So
many want to feel this way?
there we go. Someone is Tlalane in the chat is asking if you could say the name of the places where a person can do a lifestyle screening. She only managed to hear clicks.
All right, I will do this. So let me somewhere go back to that screen so that you can see it again. It is Deskem, Clicks, Van Heerden's Pharmacy, Sportpark Pharmacy, Alpha Farm, Arinel Pharmacy Group, and the local choice. So maybe you can just take a picture there and you can visit any one of these to do your Tempo lifestyle screening. And then remember that activates your benefits. All right. Is there feedback on the poll, Nayo?
All right. With Do you feel this way? We have a yes of 13%. No, sorry, of 8%. And then with no, we have 92%. So majority of people are saying no, you do not feel
92%.
this way. And then with do you want to feel this way? Majority of people are answering yes. 93% say they do want to feel this way, and 7% say no.
7% say no, that they don't want to feel energetic and they don't want their mind clear. Um, this is
And
very
then
curious. We will
just
dive into
to
that a little bit.
into the numbers of it, there are 14 people who answered the poll out of 19. So the five who are shy, please feel free to answer. We love to hear
Yes,
everyone's
please.
answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Nayo. Yes, definitely. All right. So now I have the next question, and maybe you can use the chat box just to answer this question for me. But tell me, do you think you can fall in love with exercise at any age? Because a lot of us don't love exercise. So, what do you guys think? Do you think we can fall in love with exercise at any age? Yes. Brian, thank you. Yes, you think we can. Anyone else has an opinion here? Yes, for sure. Yes, Jay. Wonderful. I totally agree, but we will dig into that a little bit more. So, Can you fall in love with exercise at any age? Because a lot of people that actually love exercise normally agree with this. But if you don't love exercise, then that comes in to maybe why we don't love exercise. Often, and I speak from experience, often we don't love exercise because you go to the gym, you feel very exposed, you don't really know what to do, and then you rather just do nothing. Or it can be, I don't like sweating, I don't like cardio type of exercise, I don't like this, I don't like that. So there's a deeper reason behind not actually loving exercise. Berta says yes, it might start with a health scare, but later becomes a lifestyle and you fall in love with exercising. That's very true, Berta. And I'm glad you mentioned that because we will get to it. So you have now joined the Tempo Wellness Fitness Challenge that you will be launching later in this session. So I want you to either in the chat box tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to actually do this challenge? Okay. On a scale, 1 is I'm not motivated at all, and 10, I'm extremely motivated. I'm going to give it my all. 1 out of 10. You can either put it in the chat box or maybe just write it down somewhere for yourself. And then we will see if that score changes later in the session when we've digged a little bit deeper. All right. So sorry. Yes. Sometimes when we focus on fitness or on weight loss, it doesn't really motivate us because it's not motivating to get up in the dead of cold winter and go to the gym when we're cold. And I can rather sit at home with a cup of tea. That's more enjoyable. So it doesn't motivate us. So, um, sorry, I just want to make sure the poll is closed there. All right. So, what we tell ourselves about our goals has an effect on actually how we experience it, what motivates us. So, research has actually shown that negative self talk can erode your self belief by reinforcing doubt and insecurities. It leads to a lack of confidence. And then over time, these thoughts can actually create a self fulfilling prophecy where you start believing you're incapable of success. All right. This mental barrier can directly impact your physical performance as stress and anxiety uh, re- um, reduce motivation and hinders focus, endurance, and physical effort. The more you doubt yourself, the more it affects your ability to perform your best. So again, it's like that circle there. Self-talk, what you tell yourself, influences your self-image, what you think about yourself. And this, in turn, actually affects your behavior. So there is a story that I want to share with you that actually highlights this and really demonstrates it. It's a story of two wolves that is a powerful metaphor that was attributed to Native American wisdom. And it goes something like this. So, a grandfather was speaking to his grandson, and he's telling him about the internal battle that we all face. He says, inside me, there are two wolves. One is evil, so he's angry, he's jealous, there's greed, resentment, inferiority, lies, and ego. And the other one is good. He is love, joy, peace, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth. And the grandson that listens very carefully to his grandfather then asks, which wolf wins, grandfather? And grandfather looks at him and he actually says, the one you feed. So this story actually highlights that we have both negative and positive tendencies that's in us. But the one we choose to focus on, the one we nurture, the one we feed, the whether this is your virtuous qualities or your darker impulses, that's what shapes our character and also our experience. So ultimately, your internal dialogue influence your emotional well-being, but also your physical performance. So I want to demonstrate this in a practical way. But to actually demonstrate this in a practical way, I need to know if there is any two attendees in the same room. If you are willing to participate, raise your hand, but you need to be two people in the same room. Raise your hand if anyone is willing to participate and are together. Otherwise, I will just explain um, the experience for you. Yes, Bongi, I saw you raised your hand. Sorry, did you lower it again? Bongi, did you have your hand raised? I saw your hand raised. Maybe you're not together. Okay, I will then just explain it to you. There's a practical example, so you can do this later and just test it out. Okay, so how it works is there's two people that work together. They stand facing each other, and the one raises their hands, like stretch it out. And the other one then pushes down on it. So, first, when the first person is pushing down on your hands, you have to tell yourself, I can't do this. I'm a failure. This is really hard. And you will actually see how difficult it becomes and how easily that person will press down on your hands. Then you switch around and the other person experiences the same thing. Tell yourself, it's so hard. I can't do this. I have to give up. I'm a failure. All these negative things that we tend to tell ourselves when we are faced with a physical challenge. Then you switch around again. The first person stretches out their hands again. The second person presses down on it. And then you tell yourself, I can do this. I'm capable. I'm strong. I've got this. These positive things that actually reinforce your self belief. And you will actually feel the physical difference that it makes on how easily it is that you keep your arms up and it's stable and the person is pressing, but they're struggling and you're not struggling as much. I want you guys to go and really try it, because the first time I experienced it and I really actually did it, I was astonished. And it is that thing where your internal dialogue actually influences your physical performance. It's like an athlete when they are running around a track, they can't tell themselves, I'm going to fall, I'm going to fail, I can't do this. Then they will fall, they will fail. But when they tell themselves, I can do it, I'm strong, I've got this, and they can just keep pushing, they actually perform better. So you can go and research this. And please, if you want to let me know what your experience is, please feel free. I would love to hear what you've thought about this. So we need to change what we focus on. Ultimately, we need to change the way we think about our goals. Or if your goal is not serving you, then you need to change your goal. And this is like Bertha said. Um, I just want to reread your comment, Berta. You said sometimes you might start with a health scare, but later it becomes a lifestyle and you fall in love with exercising. And that is so true, because then your goal changed. You first had a health scare and then you had to do something. But then you fell in love with exercising and then your goal changed. Your focus is actually changes. And this is what we call away from goals. So away from goal is great when you're trying to get away from something. That's that health scare. I want to get away from it. You did your Tempo lifestyle screening. The nurse told you your cholesterol is high. You need to do something now, today. And then you're put into motion to actually move away from this unpleasant experience of a health scare, but it's not good enough to pull you towards an inspiring future. It often takes you away from the direction that you were heading in, but it doesn't set you up for a more clear direction to move into. For example, the cholesterol. Now you got a health scare. Okay, I have to do something, so I cut out certain foods in my diet. but it doesn't really lead you to where you're going. It doesn't tell you what to replace instead of eating this or drinking liters and liters of soft drinks, to rather replace it with a healthy alternative. Where are we heading? So, for example, it's like there's a loud bang noise here, and we want to move away from it as quickly as possible. But it doesn't, it's an anywhere. I go anywhere. Um, but it doesn't give you a direction. Where a towards goal, on the other hand, is clear about the direction that you are moving to. It's clear about the outcome. It picks up from where the away goal, the health scare, leaves off towards what you want to do, where you want to go to. A new life, a new self, a way of living that you want, that lifestyle that Berta was speaking about. So you're no longer looking back at what you're trying to get away from. You're moving towards a future that you want. So you have to ask yourself, are you currently motivated by what you want because it's moving you towards a healthy lifestyle, giving you confidence, energy, better sleep, stronger immune system? Or do you just want to move away from whatever the case is? I can give a personal example where I tend to get back pain. So, when first introduced to the back pain, it really propelled me to start doing Pilates on a regular basis. So, it pushed me away from the pain to do Pilates, but it doesn't really take me to an ultimate better future. And when the pain goes away, I'm no longer motivated to go back to Pilates this week because I feel good. I don't have pain. But then I lose momentum. Then my motivation gets lost. So then I need the towards goal. What am I working towards? What will it ultimately give me when I reach that future goal? And this has to motivate me to keep going every single week to do my Pilates, not only to get away from the back pain, but also move me towards the better future. So now that we know we need to speak life over not only our goals, but over our capability to achieve our goals. So if you have a goal already, just make sure that your goals are a towards goal. Again, not just that I want to get away from the health scare, but to work you towards a better future. Sorry. So let's imagine now that you want to start anew. You want to create a new goal for yourself. I want you to just consider the following. And guys, I really hope that you are making notes of this so that you can go and do it. Because if you do this activity that I'm going to introduce you and you answer these questions that I will be posing, I promise you that at the end, you would have not only created an amazing towards goal for yourself, but the motivation within you will be so inspirational that you will be able to motivate others. So make a list of what it is that you would like to achieve, all right? Whether it's ideal health, lifestyle, well being, like consider your ideal weight. Get a target. Make it an ideal fitness level. You want to lose 5 kilograms and you want to be able to run up a hill, not just walk up a hill, whatever the case may be. So the first step is then to create a smarter goal. So, what is a smarter goal? It's specific, it's measurable, it's achievable, it's realistic, it's time bound, it's exciting and rewarded. All right. So, when a goal that's written down becomes a plan, that's why I say write down your goal, but make sure you make it a smarter goal. So, if you have a goal to say, I want to lose 5 kilograms, that's specific, yes. It's measurable because you can weigh yourself and see how you are losing kilograms. It's achievable. It's not 100 kilograms that you want to lose. So it's realistic, time bound. So there's a factor missing. You have to give yourself, I want to lose 5 kilograms by December. because it's exciting, because I will be going on holiday and I plan to buy myself a new outfit. So it's rewarded. So to give you another example, so of a health goal, so I'll be using my Tempo benefits. So I will visit a Tempo partnered biokineticist to help me to actually create a fitness plan that I can do at home. I commit to booking this appointment this week, and I want to start with 20 minutes a day of Pilates 3 times a week. So it's specific. Pilates. You want to contact the biokineticist. It's measurable, 3 times a week, 20 minutes. It's achievable. It's realistic. It's time bound. You want to do it this week. It's exciting and it's rewarding. Here's another example. I will visit the Tempo partner dietitian to help me create a healthy meal plan that my whole family can enjoy. My daughter enjoys cooking with me and will both benefit from the information that the dietitian can provide. I commit to booking the session this week. So again, it's rewarding because it sounds like the family what the family is a great value to this person. They value that their family will enjoy healthy cooking. They value that their daughter wants to cook with them. So it actually makes your goal and motivation for that goal even stronger because you now linked it to a value. You now linked it to your family that is going to be your accountability partner, your daughter that will cook with you. So if your daughter goes with you to the dietitian, they will say, Mom, let's not make the potato bake because you know potatoes will increase our blood sugar levels. So let's replace that with a healthier option like the dietitian actually recommended. So they will actually, again, be your accountability partner. They will reward you. They will actually motivate you to keep going. Step 2 will then be creating a health and wellness vision. The health and wellness vision is that towards goal. We want to know why we are heading that way. Why do we want to lose the 5 kilograms? Why do we want to eat healthily? Because we have that picture in our head that we want to actually achieve one day. So, to experience long term success, you must ensure that your health and wellness vision, your towards goal, is clear and inspirational. So, the smarter goals that you created must align with this vision. So, it can't be completely in the wrong direction. Your smarter goals must help you to achieve what you want in the future. Your vision and your goals need to move you away from and become more than just avoiding something unpleasant. Otherwise, you'll simply accept that things are a little bit better and the motivation will be lost. Like I said, if my motivation is totally just linked to not having back pain, next week when I don't have back pain, I won't have any motivation left. So it must align with your goals and it must keep it alive, your motivation alive, when the pain has lifted. It must continue to drive me to continue to want to go and exercise, even though I no longer have a health scare. So, how will this improve your life? Okay. Um, so most people then ask me here, but how do I create this towards goal? How do I create the health and wellness vision that I'm working towards? So, to create this vision, I want you to consider the following questions. One, consider how your life will have been improved if you actually achieve this goal. So, if I am to lose 5 kilograms, how will my life be any different? How will my sorry, how will my life change? So, how will your life be improved by this? How will I look and feel? And how will life be different? So, my life will be improved, okay, by I now have better core strength, so I have less back pain. How will I look and feel? I will be more confident. I will feel more stronger. I will look good. I will feel better. How will life be different? Again, answer these questions for yourself. All right. Then consider the reasons. Why do you want to change? List the top 5 reasons for why do you want to achieve these goals. Why do I want to exercise regularly and eat healthily? Now, these are deeper reasons. Um, Now you will tell me if there's a hand up if someone has a question, because you're more than welcome to tell me if you have a question. Again, so the deeper reasons behind it. For example, I go to Pilates again to move away from my back pain, but it's not going to last long. So, what is my reasons for wanting to go every single week to the gym to do my Pilates? Because then I can pick up my daughter from, I can lift her up. I can sit on the ground and play with her. I can run around. So I get more mobility. So these are the things that I would lose, I won't get if I don't do it. So that's the top 5 reasons for wanting to. I want to eat healthily. That person, that the example that I gave of going to the dietitian, her daughter cooks with her. So again, a top reason is I want that bonding time with my daughter. I want to set a good example for what it looks like. Sorry, my throat is scratchy today. All right. So it's deeper meanings, deeper reasons, the deeper why question, ultimately, that is behind our motivation. Then the benefits. Also consider the benefits. What other benefits can you think of? What will it give you? It will give me confidence. It will give me I will feel good in my skin and in my body. Like I said, the mobility, all these things that it will give me when I reach my goals. What will it give you? And then also answer who else will benefit. Like I said, if you are setting a very good example for your children, they will benefit from it. Your partner might start exercising with you. They will eat healthily. So they will benefit by their health also improving. Again, it's not only you that benefit from your health goals, but your people around you. Then I want you to consider the cost. So let's say you had your health scare. I get my back pain. What will the cost be if I do nothing about it? If I decide, you know what, I had my health scare now, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to do anything. What will happen? The cholesterol diagnosis might escalate. It might lead to further complications in the future. My back pain, those of you who joined our session on Tuesday with Quibus, he actually said, you know, that the condition that you live with now will only worsen with time, especially if you do nothing. So I already have back pain. Does that mean I'm going to increase my back pain, or is it just magically going to get better? I don't think so, unfortunately, not in my life. So, what will the cost be to you in the long run? What is your vision going to turn into if you don't start working towards your vision? So, your wellness vision. Now, again, sit back and just imagine it's 3, 6, or 12 months from now, and you've reached your goal, or you're close to reaching your goal. Put yourself in that future you's shoes. Imagine like you're already there. Tell me then how you're feeling. You have to describe that future self, how you're feeling, and then create a wellness vision from out of that perspective. So you can use the following statements. You can say, I am full of energy, full of joy, ready for life. I am whatever the case may be. I enjoy I enjoy exercising. Now I fell in love with exercise because you actually found an exercise that suits your needs. It suits my needs to do Pilates because it strengthens my back, it strengthens my core, and it actually releases the pain. I enjoy getting up in the morning. I enjoy playing with my kid. I feel alive. I feel energetic. I feel comfortable. I feel excited, whatever the case may be. Or I'm willing to run 10 kilometers, even though I never had the courage to do it before. I'm willing to participate in this Move Well challenge. And so it goes. Again, how motivated do you feel now? Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 because it can change. If you answered these questions and you actually created that wellness vision for yourself, see what your motivational scale is then. Again, maybe you can put it in the chat box. Has the motivation scale increased, decreased for you? I would love to hear your feedback. Then I also want to tell you that, you can make your vision visible to you. I have had clients that make a vision board, let's say pictures of a holiday that they want to go to Greece, and they put pictures up and they put a woman there that they envision themselves walking there on the beach, or they bought themselves a dress. I had one client that actually bought a dress for herself in a smaller size that she hung up in her room. And that motivated her every single day when she got up and she saw that dress and she knew, okay, I'm exercising for that. I'm eating healthily for that. I'm living to fit into that dress. Maybe it's a picture of yourself a few years younger where you were more fit, you were stronger, you were living the life that you now somehow drifted a bit away from. And you want to get back to that. Make that vision for yourself. All right. Then we get to the Move Well Challenge. So I want to invite you all to participate in the Move Well Challenge. So it's a 4-week static wall squat challenge that Kobus Verster designed for us. And we also will be hosting a competition. So the 4-week static wall challenge gets you ready to actually strengthen your legs, improve your health. It helps you to build leg strength, mobility, and it actually boosts longevity. It's been proven that leg strength actually boosts living longer. So, and you can do it from the comfort of your own home, your office, or the gym. So that's basically what we're going to. It's that squat. It's a wall squat. And how you do it is you stand with your back against the wall. Your feet is shoulder width apart, and you slide down until your knees is a 90-degree angle, and then you hold this position. So for the challenge, for the first week, we want to motivate you to stand and hold that squat for 30 seconds. So again, remember, speak life. If you're going to tell yourself, I can't do it, I'm not capable, this is hard, then it's going to be hard. Okay. If you tell yourself, I can do it, I'm strong, I've got this, I promise you it's going to be easier. All right. So the next week, increase your duration for 45 seconds. Week 3 is push yourself to hold it for 1 minute. And week 4, aim for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, this may seem impossible, but I promise you, like Quiver said in our webinar, start small. Start with try for 30 seconds on today. Even if you stop at 20 seconds, tomorrow, try again for 30 seconds. Again, every single day, gradually increase. Tips for success. Warm up before you start to prevent any injury. Stay consistent and perform this challenge daily. Again, like I said, try it every single day. Push yourself. Tell yourself you can do it and see how easily it becomes. And then gradually increase the duration, especially when you find it's too easy. I gave the example in the webinar that during COVID, my sister-in-law and I, we actually challenged each other to compete in a squat challenge. And we started with 100 squats a day. At first, I couldn't do 100 in a day, but you do 10, and then you do another 10, and then you do another 10. And every day you gradually increase until you reached, I think it was a 1,000 squat challenge. And I think I gave up by 700, doing 700 squats in a day. Again, it was that slow build up. Start with 10, start with 10. Because if you focus on those small steps, you will not even realize it. And then you are at 1 minute, 30 seconds. So start with 10 seconds, build it up, push yourself, see if you can do the 30 seconds, and then go from there. So why does leg strength matter? Why do this challenge? Because it increases your mobility and balance. It's functional independence. So your daily activities will be actually easier to do. Metabolic health, so increasing muscle mass, boosting your metabolism, and managing your weight effectively. It also is linked to your cardiovascular health. It reduces the risk for chronic diseases. Strong legs are associated with lower risk for chronic diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And this is because your leg strength often reflects an active lifestyle. Okay. Cognitive functioning and lower mortality rates. Like I said, that longevity. So, like Kobus then explained in our session, we need to exercise, we need to get moving. And one key thing that I will still remember is him saying that sitting down is the new smoking. That is so bad for us. We all know smoking is bad. We all know it. Even smokers know it. But it's no longer just enough to stop smoking. We have to move. We can't just sit behind our computers all day and think we're going to live healthily. So the four, why is this repeating? Okay, guidelines. So to compete in the competition. So that's the challenge. That's what you need to do. To compete in the competition is complete the challenge as per your provided instructions. Record a video of yourself competing in the challenge. Show up and show us how you up your tempo. So making it fun, making it serious, anything you want. Share your video on social media and tag Bestmed. So use the @Bestmed and just make sure that you check the social media pages that you can link us on. Use the hashtag Tempo Move Well Challenge to join this movement. So this is the social media guidelines. Your video has to be 30 to 60 seconds maximum. Then you can share your video on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok. Any one of these you can use to add your video. So again, do what we said. Do the squat. Record a video. Tag us at Bestmed. Use the hashtag Tempo Move Well Challenge, and then these are the guidelines. 30 to 60 seconds, and then you can use any one of these platforms to tag. Winners. With any competition, there is a winner. So the winner selection is the lucky draw winners will be selected weekly from the participation pool. And one final lucky draw winner will also be, if you do every single week, if you participate and you share your video every single week, we will track your movement and also select a winner from that participation pool. Now, barriers. We can't have a wellness vision and get a health goal going and think there's not going to be barriers. Winter itself is a barrier. So, what can get in the way of us actually completing these tasks? What can get in the way of us reaching our goals? We have to consider them because if you don't, again, a goal written down is a plan. But if you don't plan, what is that famous saying? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? So you have to plan for any barriers that can come up so that you can think of ways to overcome them even before they happen. So if you know that the winter and the cold is something that prevents you from exercising, you already have to think of a way to overcome it. Otherwise, that morning when you wake up and it's cold, because it is going to be cold, then you're not going to get up. You're not going to do what you planned to do. So these are some of the common barriers. We have physical, emotional, motivational, practical, environmental, and habitual. All right. So physical can be hunger, not recognizing hunger, imbalancing your blood sugar, emotional, bored, depressed, lonely. Oh, that boredom, I'm telling you, that's one of the bigger barriers in my life. If I am bored at home, what do? I walk to the cupboard to see what snacks are there. It's not a good thing. I actually have had clients that say they put a post-it on there that says, "You're bored and you're not hungry. Don't eat," something like that, just to remind themselves of a barrier. Again, making a plan for overcoming the barrier. Motivational, lack of support or accountability. If you know that this is a barrier, get a accountability partner, whether it is your husband, your wife, your friends that go with you to class. There has to be accountability partner that will say no, up. We're getting dressed, we're going to the gym. Um, Practical, a lack of time or too busy or disorganized. No plan in place. No plan in place. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So again, a lack of time especially is one of the biggest barriers that we frequently um, faced with. I want to challenge you. What was I heard a thing just the other day where someone said, so there's 16 hours in a day that we're awake, relatively 16 hours in a day. You work for 8 hours a day. What do you do with the other eight? Because it's 8 hours more. So when time is a challenge for you, try to see how you can schedule it in, because if there's an accurate plan to say, even if it is 15 or 20 minutes somewhere there where you're wasting time scrolling Facebook, rather put that time to say, put an exercise video on and exercise at home, go to the gym, go for a walk, whatever the case may be. Environmental and habitual. Fixed routines can sometimes be a challenge, especially when you don't have any flexibility. Again, planning for it is so much better. So, what plans can you make to overcome your barriers? And then also consider what preparation you need to make. Sometimes it is making that phone call to a friend to be your accountability partner. And again, you link that with a value of all. You value your friendships. So by going to the gym with your friend actually links quality time with them as well. So it will actually it will benefit your friendship and it will benefit your goal. So linking them together is also a very good idea. So then you'd have to take action. What actions are you committing to make? By when will you do it? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are you to reach your goals? So again, answer this question for yourself in the chat box and tell me, has your motivation increased a little bit? Did you actually learn something today? And then if there's any questions, we are now open for questions. We have a few minutes. I'm not rushed at all. So if you have any questions, if you have a goal, but you don't know how to make it smarter, please ask me. I am here. I will be more than happy to help. And while you're asking your questions, please take a moment to use the QR code, scan the code, and just tell us what you think of today's session, what we can do better. Are you happy with the presentation, or would you like something more, something better, whatever the case may be? We will be doing 3 challenges this year. So this is the Move Well challenge. There an emotional wellness challenge and a nutritional challenge that comes up later in the year. And with each of these challenges, we will also do an empowerment session, and they will also be looking at different angles um, at whatever the challenge may be, but to help you, to motivate you to think differently on your goal, or whatever that challenge then entails. We will explain that in our future sessions. So any questions, you can raise your hand, you can speak to me, or you can ask in the chat box. Any questions? All right. So just the final comment that I want, if you can put in the chat box what your 1 out of 10 motivational scale is to join the Tempo Wellness Challenge. I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you found it informative and interactive. Andrea, thank you. 10 motivation. I'm looking forward to seeing what your results is. I hope to really see you guys do the squat challenge. I'm going to attempt it myself. And yes, there will be a Tempo Wellness video that will also be launched to show you how to compete in the challenge. Definitely a 10 plus motivation for you, Jay. Thank you. I really hope you guys participate in the challenge. And remember, I do want to give away all the prizes, so please participate. Berta, thank you. Motivation is 10. I don't have money for a new wardrobe, so I need to lose some weight. That is the best goal, because we all have that piece of clothing in our closets. I think all women do, that we want to fit back into. You don't throw it out. Even when you buy new clothes, you keep that item of clothing. So put it out for yourself every day. Look at it, and motivate yourself so that you can actually just fit into it again. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone. I truly appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to seeing the videos on social media. Keep well, and then we will see you at the next Tempo webinar. Have a lovely day.